Today's lesson is more multiplication properties of exponents. Now, the last lesson we learned, we had where you had a base to a power times a base to a power. And we took the base and we added the exponents together. Now, today we're going to raise a power to a power. So we will have a base with a power to an extra power. And then we're going to raise a product to a power. So I have something like AB to the power of T. And so we're going to do that's what it looks like. So, the key concepts on this is raising a power to a power. I'm going to take my base again. It's going to stay the same base. And this time I'm going to multiply the exponents. Notice I multiplied the exponents this time. And then I have raising a product to a power. I have my exponent on the outside. I'm going to, a good word that is understandable to you guys is to distribute. So I'm going to distribute the exponent to everything inside of the parentheses. So I have a to the t power and b to the t power. So I'm like distributing the exponent, and they're going to stay exponents. Okay, let's try some. So I'm going to simplify each expression. So if I have numbers, when I simplify each expression, that means I'm going to find the answer to it. If I don't, if I have just variables, then you just leave the answer in variable form. So, examples 1 and 2 is simplify each expression. So I have x is your base, keep it, and I have exponent to the a to the power of 3, so I'm going to multiply this time 8 times 3, so it would be x to the 24th, and there's your answer. B, my base on this one is just p, and I'm going to have 4 times negative 6 times, trying to make it not look like negative. So it's p to the negative 24. Again, can you have a negative exponent? No, you cannot. So you need to put it over 1, box the variable that has the exponent, and it says it's on top of the fraction, so I need to bring it down. So whatever's left on top on this time, it's only a 1. And it's going to be p to the 24th power. If you forgot already how to do this, go back, and the lesson is called 0 and negative exponents, and you can go over negative exponents again. C, I have x 4 times negative 2 times x 5 times 0. So x here, 4 times negative 2 is negative 8, times x, 5 times 0 is 0. Now I have to add the exponents. This time they have to add the exponents. So I have x and negative 8 plus 0 equals x to the negative 8 power. Again, I can't have a negative exponent, so I have to put it over 1. Box up the x to the negative 8. It's on top of the fraction, so I need to bring it to the bottom. So what's left on top is a 1, x to the 8th power. There's your answer. All right, D. So notice on D, the t to the 4th does not have a parentheses, and it's not multiplying by an extra exponent, so you're going to just leave it t to the fourth and put a time sign. But this one does, the second one does, so it's t2 times -1. So t to the fourth stays the same. And then you go 2 times -1 is -2. Now it's like the lesson before, so now we're adding the exponents. So it's t4 plus -2. And that would be t to the second power. And there's your answer. Okay, now it's going to get a little bit more difficult. You're going to do things from the lesson before, this lesson that we just practiced, and another concept put in all together. So there's might be up to 3 to 4 parts you're going to have to do on examples 3 and 4. So A is just doing the new concept we have. So I have 4x and y inside of a parenthesis with an exponent. Now remember what I said is we're going to distribute it. We're going to distribute to the 4, the x, and the y. So I'm going to have 4 to the third power, x to the third power, and y. So I'm going to multiply 3 times 2, which is 6. Now, a reason why we are not finished is because I have 4, and I have 4 cubed. And remember, with simplifying, you have to find the answer. So, you have to find 4 cubed, and that is 64. And then you have x cubed, y to the 6th. All right. B. Again, you have multiple. You have a 2 and an m, and you're going to distribute the -5. So I have 2 to the -5 and m to the -20, because again 4 times -5 is -20. Notice I just skipped writing a section. From example 1 and 2, I just skipped it and did it in my head. Now, I have negative exponents, so I need to put it under, I need to have it over 1, and I need to get rid of the negative exponents, and so since it's on top, I need to bring it to the bottom. So it's going to be 1 over 2 to the 5th, m to the 20th. Now, again, 2 has a variable exponent attached with it, so we need to find 2 to the 5th power, and that's 32. So it's 132 m20, and there's your answer. C, now we're going to get into adding more steps to this equation, to the situation. So we're first going to start with a boxed one. I boxed it up, so it's going to be x, and I multiply the exponents, so that's -4, times. Now I'm going to distribute the 4 to everything inside, the 3x and y, so it's going to be 3 to the 4th. X to the 4th, and y to the 8th. Why y to the 8th? Because 2 times 4 is 8. Now, before I find out the answer to everything, I need to combine more like things. So I'm going to combine those two. So I have 3 to the 4th, x, -4 plus 0. Gave the answer away. 4 plus 4, and y to the 8th. Now, x to the -4 plus 4 is 0, so I'm going to just put it 0 right there. Now, if you have a variable or any number to the 0 power, it equals 1, so I'm just going to cross it right out. So you find out what 3 to the 4th is, which should be 81, and what's left over is y to the 8th. D. I'm going to start with this one first. So I have 2 to the 5th, a to the 15th, and then I have a time sign, and then I have 3 cubed, a cubed, and b to the 6th. Notice I'm distributing everything. Now everything's a positive, so I could find out what 2 to the 5th power is first. So that's 32. And then I'm going to have a times sign. And then I'm going to find out what 3 cubed is. That's 27. And then I'm going to add the exponents of 15 and 3 for a, which is 18, and b to the 6th. Then I would find out what 32 times 27 is. That's 864. A, 18, b to the 6th. Remember, you're leaving in alphabetical order, so you're going to do it in alphabetical order. So let's do E. I would like you to try E on your own. Please put me on pause. Try it yourself, and when you get back, come and see if you did it correctly. So your answer would be after you did all the work. So see how I did the work. I went from here to here to here. 5400 n cubed over m cubed. All right. Next part. All right. So what you're going to do on this part is this is still not in parentheses, so you're just going to rewrite it. 10 to the negative 3 times. Then you're going to again distribute. So it's going to be 3 squared times 10 to the 16th. Then you combine these two by adding the exponents. So it's 3 squared times 10 to the 13th. And 3 squared is 9 times 10 to the 13th. If these two if it's between 1 and 10, which it is, this is your answer. This one doesn't have anything on the outside, so we're going to just distribute the 2. So it's 3.6 squared times 10 to the negative 10. 3.6 squared is a number. Squared is 12.96 times 10 to the negative 10. 12.96 is not in scientific notation, so I need to add one more. So it's 1.296 times 10 to the negative 9 because I'm adding 1. And there's your answer. Goodbye.
Goodbye.